When was the last time you ate an Oreo cookie? Do you know how many Oreos are made every minute? It's 3,000. I know, right? 3,000 cookies per minute might sound like a crazy amount to produce. Well, that's exactly what we're here to uncover today. How in the world are Oreo cookies actually made? We'll explore the steps and discover some amazing fun facts along the way. Let's start with a little history lesson first. Oreos first appeared on March 6, 1912, thanks to Nabisco. After that, because of some business deals, Nabisco and the Oreo brand have belonged to Mondelez International since 2012. Now witness its varieties of names. In 1912, it was called Oreo Biscuit, then Oreo Sandwich in 1921, and later Oreo Cream Sandwich in 1937. Finally, in 1974, it became the official Oreo Chocolate Sandwich Cookie. Quite a long name. But don't worry, despite all the name changes, most people just call it an Oreo. And they're sold in over 100 countries. Can you believe that more than 491 billion Oreos have been enjoyed worldwide? The United States, China, Venezuela, Canada, and Indonesia are where they've really made their mark. Okay, don't get bored. Enough about history. Let's dive into the fascinating world of Oreo creation. Now, if you're as fascinated by the magic of Oreos as I am, don't forget to hit that sweet like button and subscribe to our channel for more delightful adventures like this one. Look at this. Instead of Grandma's kitchen, cookies are born in a buzzing factory filled with huge machines, making over 1 billion cookies every single year. Time for the real heroes, the ingredients. Think of them like the Avengers assembling to create a tasty superhero. We've got sugar for sweetness, flour for structure, and vegetable oil for that perfect texture. Cocoa steps in to bring the chocolatey vibes, baking soda, corn syrup. Vanillin for flavor and salt balances the sweetness. Last but not least, chocolate ties it all together. Let's start with the flour. The special kind used in Oreos is wheat flour, and it's sourced from local farmers right here in the United States. This flour takes a ride to the factory where it meets up with its pals, sugar and cocoa powder. Sugar should be granulated, and cocoa powder should be well grounded and roasted from cocoa beans, giving our cookies the chocolate taste. Now they've got their dry ingredients ready. Next, they add vegetable oil, a pinch of salt, and some baking soda to make the cookie dough. This dough gets mixed and kneaded until it's just right. Once the dough is perfect, they shape it into little balls and flatten it to make those iconic round Oreo shapes. These rounds then take a ride on a conveyor belt to a big oven where they bake for about 15 minutes. There, the cookies puff up and cook until they're perfectly crispy. When they're all done baking, they come out of the oven all set for the next part of their journey. It's quite a process, but it's what makes those Oreo cookies so delicious. Now here's a fun fact for you. Did you know that when it comes to eating Oreos, women often twist them open, while men usually just pull them apart? Sounds like a cookie eating preference. After the cookies have finished their baking adventure, they take a trip to the production line for some more magic. First things first, they get a close inspection for any defects or imperfections like cracks, discoloration, or shape irregularities. Any cookies that don't meet the high-quality standards are bid farewell. They don't make the cut. Now it's time to give these cookies that iconic Oreo look. How? By using a nifty cookie cutter that shapes the distinctive scalloped edge pattern around each cookie's circumference. Picture that. It's what makes Oreo, well, Oreo! Enough of the joke, be serious. Next stop on the conveyor belt. The cookies are cooled down to room temperature. Why? To make sure there's no melting or smudging during the filling assembly process. Once they're cool and ready, it's time for the filling. Whether it's double stuff, thins, or the classic original, the heart of an Oreo is its middle. So, what's in the middle? The filling, of course. It is a special mix of sugar, vegetable oil, corn syrup, and vanillin. To whip up the filling, every ingredients are put in a large mixing bowl. They're beaten until they become light and fluffy, giving the filling its dreamy, creamy texture. Once the creamy filling is just right, it heads over to the filling assembly line. There, it's piped onto the bottom cookie using a special machine, making sure it's spread evenly. Imagine it like the yummy glue holding the Oreo together. Here's a fun fact. They always put the filling on the bottom cookie, not the top. Why? Because the bottom one is a bit bigger, creating a perfect seal that stops the filling from sneaking out. After the filling is added, the top cookie comes in for a snug fit. They gently press the cookies together. But quality control is on the lookout throughout, checking for any issues. Now, on to the last step, packaging. They carefully put the cookies into little plastic sleeves, making those neat packs we all recognize. These packs then hop into bigger boxes, ready to be sent out into the world. Twist, lick, and dunk. It goes without saying that you know they're gosh darn delicious.